Welcome to the 75th episode of I Wrote This News. Today is Wednesday, March 23, 2022. I'm a week is half over kind of guy. How about you? Here's some news. Story number 1. Stop it some more, Trump says Putin must have thought. Rudy the Tootster Giuliani said former President Donald Trump made an unusual threat to Russian President Vladimir Putin while he was in office. Trump says, quote, Vladimir, you shouldn't, attack Ukraine. I never liked those big, what are those things you got in Moscow? Those big bubbles. Those big gold bubbles. I never liked those things, so I'm gonna have to blow them up, Giuliani said. He was presumably referring to the Cathedral of the Annunciation, which is in the Kremlin and has gold onion domes. So Putin says, they're churches, Giuliani recounted. Trump said, oh, Vladimir, don't tell me that about churches, come on. Churches, you can fool Bush, you can't fool me. You care about churches. Let's see if we can follow along here. Trump allegedly kept Russia in line by first telling Putin that if he invaded, that Trump would, quote, have to blow up those big gold bubbles. Then when Putin explains that those gold bubbles are churches, Trump claims that Putin couldn't possibly care about them. Pause here a moment. Trump is threatening to destroy something of Putin's while explaining to Putin that the thing he's going to destroy isn't really important to Putin. This isn't crazy like a fox. This is just crazy, period. Fortunately, Giuliani said that Trump had authorized him to share the details of a meeting with Putin where Ukraine came up in the conversation. Story number 2, you don't write, you don't call, other than calling us names. The Russian Foreign Ministry said Monday that it had summoned the U.S. ambassador to warn that President Joe Biden's recent remarks have put Russian-American relations on the verge of rupture. Biden last week described Russian President Vladimir Putin as a war criminal as Russia's missile attacks on Ukraine cities intensified. The Foreign Ministry, in a social media post, called the statement and other references to Putin and the Russian invasion, quote, unworthy of a statesman of such high rank. They said that right after Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said, quote, we hear and see statements that are actually personal insults to President Putin. Given such irritability from Mr. Biden, his fatigue and sometimes forgetfulness, fatigue that leads to aggressive statements, we will not make harsh assessments, so as not to cause more aggression. Pardon us if we personally insult a guy who's leading the invasion of a country and killing civilians in the process. Sorry if that sounds a little aggressive. The Pentagon said in a statement that it established a phone line with Russian commanders on March 1st to prevent misunderstandings over the war. The line gets tested regularly, including Monday, and it works, the Pentagon said in a statement. Given Russia's economic woes, perhaps the U.S. should make it clear that they are willing to accept collect calls from the Kremlin. March 23rd is the 82nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. 283 days remain until the end of the year. Now it's time for On This Date in History. On this date in 1775, Patrick Henry delivers his speech, Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, at St. John's Episcopal Church in Richmond, Virginia. 1857, Alicia Otis's first elevator is installed at 488 Broadway in New York City. 1919, in Milan, Italy, Benito Mussolini founds his fascist political movement. 1933, the Reichstag passes the Enabling Act of 1933, making Adolf Hitler dictator of Germany. 1983, President Ronald Reagan makes his initial proposal to develop the Strategic Defense Initiative, technology to intercept enemy missiles. 2010, the Affordable Care Act becomes law in the United States. 2021, the container ship Ever Given runs aground and obstructs the Suez Canal. 2 days later, at least 369 ships were queuing to pass through the canal. The canal was blocked for 6 days, preventing an estimated $9.6 billion worth of trade. Celebrating birthdays today are academic Philip Zimbardo, physician and HIV researcher Robert Gallo, actress Corinne Clery, oilman and Russian-friendly politician Rex Tillerson, musician Chaka Khan, designer Kenneth Cole, actress Amanda Plummer, actress Catherine Keener, actress Hope Davis, actress Michelle Monaghan, actress Carrie Russell, race car driver Aaron Crocker, Olympic bobsledder Shelley Rudman, and English crystallographer and academic Olga Kennard. She turns 98 today. Happy birthday to all of them. And if your birthday is today, a very happy birthday to you as well. By the way, if you or someone you know is having a birthday and would like us to announce it on the show, leave us a voice message or send an email. The links are in the show notes. Today's news was brought to us by Yahoo News, USA Today, and the website full of all those golden bubbles that no one will ever blow up, Wikipedia. If you have a comment or a question about anything you've heard today, or if you have a suggestion, please send us a note at I Wrote This News, all one word, at thatradioshow.com. That email address one more time is I Wrote This News, all one word, at thatradioshow.com.
One more thing, if this podcast sounds a little funny, That's because it's also an experiment. All of the vocals were generated using AI technology. Hopefully the show will sound different and better as the tech improves and as we improve at using it. I'm Bob Neese, hoping you have an amazing day. We'll get together again soon.